I'm going to talk to you this afternoon around Zoom's view on AI in customer experience. So before we dive into that, just a quick show of hands. Who knows Zoom for meetings? Probably came to you in the pandemic, done a pub quiz across it, something like that. Quick show of hands. Done some yoga or a cooking lesson or something, caught up with the family on a Sunday. Okay, who knows that Zoom is a contact centre platform? Okay, this is good, because when I said this 12 months ago, I would literally get like a hand from someone in Britannic. So the fact that we've got a few more people now know we're in the CX space is obviously the work we're doing to get out and promote this is really great. And I guess who knows Zoom for an AI leading platform? Excellent. Okay, a couple of hands as well. It'll just, yeah, go on.
Zoom Info, is that an AI product? Zoom Info?
Zoom Info?
Yeah.
No.
It's a market, I think it's a marketing tool. I just wondered if that was part of your...
No.
No.
Okay. Not in the CX space anyway.
I know that.
Okay. No. So what I'm going to talk to you today is Zoom's view on this. And you heard a little bit when I was on the panel earlier around our view on where we should be using AI in customer experience. And when we look at what Zoom are doing in this space, it'll be no surprise to any of you that we've got quite an advanced view. We've got a really great team of people who are starting to reimagine how can we connect, collaborate and create experiences for customer experience. For those customer touch points in your organisations where customers might contact you or your people through voice, through web chat, through AI potentially, how does that look? But also customer experience doesn't just sit in that first touch point. If you think of a customer journey and you think of examples where perhaps you might have booked a holiday, you might have started that journey on the website, you might have booked your holiday, but there's an ongoing experience after that touch point. And that's what's critical to understand is whilst it starts in customer experience, the customer journey actually moves into the back office as well. And we need to be considerate of how we bring all of this to life. Where do the human elements play a part? Where do we make sure, we heard a lot this morning around empathy, creativity, those human aspects, where does that play a part? Versus where can we utilise AI for the outcomes and business drivers that you're all working towards? So of course we start with customers. That's the lifeline of our jobs. That's what brings the money into our organisations. It's really important to speak to customers and understand those challenges. And this is where we can start, and we've heard today that sort of the use of data, understanding that voice of the customer, we can really start to decipher what do those customer journeys need to look like. What are our customers telling us? We know that from a customer experience perspective, we get all of the data back in perhaps a post-engagement survey. We might have face-to-face conversations if we're an organisation with a branch network. But how are we utilising all of that data in order to drive the transformation and reinvent that collaboration within customer experience? So if we just look at what some of the customer metrics are saying out there, so if we look at 44% of customers believe that customer experience has got worse in the last 3 years. Has it? If they believe that, is that because customer experience has got worse? Are our agents terrible? Is the customer journeys that we're implementing changing? Or actually, is customer expectation driven by things such as marketing, driven by their day-to-day experiences where AI is just now a part of everybody's life and their expectation perhaps isn't being met by what we're delivering? 45% have avoided resolving an issue because it's been too difficult for them to interact and engage with brands. So quick show of hands, how many of you do online shopping in the room? Clothes, shoes, anything. How many of you have not liked an item and tried to return it? How many of you have decided the process was too difficult to return the item and sold it on Vinted or Facebook? Or I'm doing it all the time. It should become a side hustle really for me because it is too difficult to go through that customer journey. How can we make life easier for our customers? For us, we're all consumers, as I said at the beginning. So how is it that we can reimagine these customer journeys? Because customers just want that speed, ease and certainty of interacting with a brand. And then the last statistic, 50% believe that the fastest way to resolve a problem is to speak with a human. Yet we're talking about AI all of the time, but our customers in this survey are saying that actually 50% of the time, I believe it's quicker for a human to resolve this problem than it is for me to follow an AI automated process. So how do we utilise humans and AI together in order to make sure we're achieving that customer's perspective? Super important. But then agents are suffering too. So 52% of annual agent attrition in 2023. That's huge. I mean, any of you leading contact centres in here today? Any of you seeing agent attrition at this sort of rate? Yeah? Anyone want to share any feedback as to why agents you think are, or exit surveys? What are your agents telling you? Why they're leaving?
I do a lot of discoveries and share sites. So I love going into contact centres and actually speaking to the agents on the ground. And I get mixed messages. Some of them, it's their first job. They've gone through university and it's their first job and they're looking to move on anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But often it's around having access to the right tools to deliver a better agent experience so they can delight the customers. They want to be able to do their job. They're proud in doing their job. So it's access to the right technology, often training, there's a whole bunch of things. But I'm not going to let you steal my talk track for later.
Oh, thank you. I think I had a nod in the back corner there. What are your agents telling you when they leave?
I think the same thing, but last year a lot of people have been around salary, but also it's difficult to do their job as well.
Okay.
The lack of technology.
Sure. And I don't know about the rest of you, but 52% in comparison to previous years, it feels like that attrition rate is growing. Yet we hear vendors like Zoom and others talking all the time about how do we use AI to support human agents. So why is attrition going up? And then from a cost perspective, the third lens of why Zoom look at AI and human experience is CX has a cost to our organisations. 86% of consumers will leave a brand after just 2 bad experiences. Again, that's huge because actually we probably all suffer a bad experience with many brands on a day-to-day basis. So who's contacted their utility company recently? Quick show of hands. Or Sky was mentioned, a TV company, in broadband, any sort of the general day-to-day contacts. We've got a gentleman nodding. And how easy is it for you to perhaps switch to another broadband provider or utility company if you wanted to?
Not always easy, I don't think.
Okay. So if you had one bad experience, it's not too easy, you'd probably ride it out. 12 months later, your renewal's coming up, another bad experience, potentially going to go shopping around, right? Because actually there's lots of providers out there giving us what it is that we need. 84% of consumers spend money on great experiences. So again, if we're thinking about CX has a cost, if we deliver a bad experience, those customers are not going to be loyal to our brand. They're going to move to a different provider. If we deliver a great experience, the likelihood is they're going to come back to us and spend more money with us. So when we're thinking about the cost of AI and the cost of human and AI blended together in CX, actually it's not just about efficiency gains and saves, it's about how do we build brand loyalty and drive revenue into our organisation. And 77% of consumers recommend a brand to their family and friends if they have a personalised experience with it. So again, we've heard this morning around personalised experience, using data and AI together in order to deliver that. There's a reason we talk about that, and it's because we know that actually it can deliver increased customer satisfaction, and if people are going to then recommend that brand to family and friends, it drives that customer base, again, brand revenue, loyalty and growth. So what are Zoom seeing in the customer experience space? Well, we see this in 3 waves, and I'm sure many of you in the room have lived through this and seen this as well. So wave 1 was sort of the foundations of call centres, very much just voice-driven call centres. And that served a purpose. But we've started to see people move into wave 2. So we started to see them move away from call centres into contact centres. And people move from on-prem into the cloud. And that was a huge transition for people. But actually what we're hearing now is all of us in this room talking about blending AI into that, whatever that product set looks like, utilising the power of AI to provide a total experience. But actually, a lot of us are still in wave one and the foundations of call centres. So we're trying to move mountains and change from a call centre into a total experience, whether that be the front office experience where we're interacting with our customers, or whether that be in the back office where that customer journey is still impacted by the touch points that those consumers are having. So wave 3 absolutely is where we want to be, but we need to take our customers, our agents and our businesses on that journey together. So tech vendors, I think I'm allowed to say this because my background's actually on the customer side. So I was actually a customer, and I've very recently, in the last few years, switched to work for a vendor. But tech vendors, in my observation, sell me this pen. It's an AI-powered pen. I feel like that's a lot of what we've heard over the last 3 years. And actually, what use is that to any of us in this room? I want AI. Why? Well, because it's AI. Actually, from a vendor perspective, we have a responsibility to work alongside you and your organisations in order to really uncover what is it strategically you're looking to achieve. Then break that down. What is it from a customer lens, an agent lens, a business lens? How does that look in the end-to-end journey? And then where can we apply that AI in order to really power that experience, deliver the outcomes and the benefits to all 3 of those individual organisations? And for us, we truly believe that, yes, there are elements of customer experience where AI is going to help you transform your business, whether that's an efficiency save, a cost save, driving revenue. But actually, the future of AI is blending it very well with that human connection. So to the point where we take out that low-level hanging fruit of AI and we have those more complex conversations with our customers with a human agent. Lots of what we've heard today is how do we perhaps use some of that efficiency gain to upskill those individuals, to be more empathetic, to have those conversations that are of value, that will drive brand loyalty, increased growth and revenue for your organisations. So for us at Zoom, it's absolutely about working together with human agents, but moving them through perhaps a new career path that hasn't been forged yet, and reimagining the design of customer experience. And we talk about a total experience because, as I mentioned, it's not just that front touch point of where that customer comes into a channel with your agents. It's how do we look at then predicting when they might come into that channel? What's happening in their life or their regular monthly occurrence where they contact us? How can we be proactive and perhaps contact them and solve that challenge before they have to come to us? But not only for our customers, how do we do that for our agents as well? What is it that we can do to predict what they might need in an experience with a customer? And then, yes, absolutely automate those routine tasks and inquiries, take away that monotony so that we can really focus on adding huge amounts of value into your customer experience. But ultimately, how do we humanise this? How do we make it feel really natural? Because that's when you really start to build that trust with your customers, your agents, and we start to build that brand loyalty. And so from a Zoom perspective, we're looking at absolutely an AI-first CX business, but it's getting under the hood of that from a customer lens. How do we make it easy for them to do something that they need to do and exceed them customer expectations, drive NPS and CSAT rates if that's what your organisation's looking to do? From an agent perspective, how do we empower them? How do we upskill them? How do we support them to have a really valuable career where their foundations are set within your contact centre? And then from your business perspective, what can we utilise technology for to help you improve your coaching of your people? Because it's not only customer loyalty that will drive your brand growth and revenue, but it's also loyalty and reducing that agent attrition that we've seen is at 52%. And this can be done throughout the Zoom platform. And this can be done at separate touch points throughout that journey. And I'm not going to go into the full journey here, but ultimately there are elements of the platform that we would bring to life dependent on mapping out that customer journey and understanding those outcomes of where you're looking to drive your customer experience, your agent experience, and your business goals. And we know that there's value through doing that. So we know that from utilising a virtual assistant up front, 70% of interactions on average are contained utilising Zoom Virtual Agent in an end-to-end customer experience when the journey has been designed to do that. And that's what's important. It's not capturing customers in that front-end bot experience for the sake of it. It's doing it when we know our customers want to be there and want to resolve their query there. We know that during the experience from a customer, 27% reduction in average handle time can be saved by just providing your agents with that knowledge at their fingertips, by giving them the sentiment and analysis of what real-time conversation is happening. We know that we can reduce the average handle time. What does that mean for your agents? Well, actually, rather than cutting your agent headcount, what about giving them time back to grab a coffee between calls when we know they're going to be talking really emotively? What about giving them time back for their own coaching and personal development? What about promoting them into new roles and getting them driving your AI strategies, because actually they're the ones who know your customer and your business probably the best? And likewise, after the call, how do we take away those mundane tasks from your agents? We summarise that utilising AI, we push that into the CRM. So again, your agents can take that breath after a call, can take a couple of minutes to reset and be at their best selves for the next call that comes in. And again, once that journey is happening, it's not just about your frontline agents, but also your supervisors within there, your other employees. How do we make their lives easier? How do we take away some of their monotony so they can focus on what they love doing, which is coaching your agents, helping them deliver the business value and customer experience that they want to deliver? So for us, we absolutely believe there is a place for AI. We believe that it is around humanising AI. And we believe that actually if we look at utilising AI and CX together, we can provide happy agents and a great customer experience. It's not come through, so 1, 1 and 1 should be 1, 2 and 3, but clearly all really important priorities here for the solution that you should be looking for. So don't start with AI, start with clearly defining what it is you're looking to solve for. Look at it through a lens of your customers, your agents, and your business. Consider the metrics you're looking to achieve. What does success look like under those 3 pillars? And then where can you put AI once you've mapped all of that out to unlock that solution and deliver those outcomes? And finally, it's not just about contact centre leaders, agents, people that are in this room today. Everybody is responsible for a great customer experience because it's a total experience across all of your businesses. Thank you.